Senior Advocate of Nigeria, former Attorney General of Kwara State, Sam Ajaero, there commending the Nigeria police for being civil in their request, inviting President of the NLC, Ajaero, over some allegations. Now, for more updates on this developing story, General Secretary of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Ugboaja, joins me on the news at 7. Mr. Ugboaja, your colleagues held an emergency meeting, and they equally gathered earlier today in solidarity with Ajaero over his invitation by the police. Why do all of this when Mr. Ajaero is a Nigerian citizen and presumed innocent until proven otherwise?
The truth of the matter is you need to follow the genesis of this. The Nigerian police is ridiculing our criminal justice system. We can't begin to criminalize straightforward issues and then tagging very high criminal charges on them. Is clearly ridiculous. It's clearly unimaginative. For Nigerian police, which started by denying they didn't know where Labour House was. For Nigerian police, which started by denying they never came to the 10th floor of Nigerian Labour Congress headquarters, where the NLC president and myself have our administrative offices. For the Nigerian police, which kept denying that they were not after NLC, when we knew from the word go that we have been the subject of brutal attacks and manipulations from the Nigerian police.
But Mr. Ugboaja, yes, if I may butt in, yeah. Don't you think then it's only ideal for Mr. Ajaero to make himself available and answer to the questions he's been asked?
Mr. Ajaero is not on the run. There's nothing like making himself available. He's not on the run. Mr. Ajaero will make himself available. The Nigerian police will not deny, and then at midnight they send out notices that they want Ajaero the next day. Mr. Ajaero is an international figure. He's not a security risk. He's not a flight risk. He's not going anywhere. We are Nigerians. We're not running away from these people.
But Mr. Ajaero has requested
way to pursue for our members. They can't scare us. They can't scare us. Ajaero will keep appointment with them. There is nothing to hide. So there is nothing about keeping appointment with anybody.
I hear you.
He will meet with them. He's a citizen. He has things he's doing.
I hear you, Mr. Ugboaja.
We have work to do. We have work to do.
I hear you. And Mr. Ajaero has actually requested.
And tell him to meet you at 10 o'clock. You don't start pasting notices in the internet by 10 p.m. and then tell the person to see you by 10 a.m. We don't work for the Nigerian police.
Well, Mr. Ajaero has now requested Mr. Ugboaja, to appear on 29th
He will meet with them on the 29th.
So are you vouching, Mr. Ugboaja? Mr. Ugboaja,
so it's not about when he will see them. He will see them. He will see them.
It's important also to put time into consideration. It's important to put, that into consideration. We're extending the date then by, 8 days. Can you vouch for Mr. Ajaero that he would actually appear and answer to, the questions?
Where is Mr. Ajaero going? Vouch for what? Can the police vouch for themselves? People that kept denying, can they vouch for themselves? Mr. Ajaero is a Nigerian citizen. He is president of Nigerian Labour Congress. The premises they denied coming to. Then you want an innocent citizen to be vouching for what?
As we wrap this up
at the appropriate time.
All right. As we wrap this up, I wanted to also ask what procedures the NLC follows, in bringing, in leasing out your facility, there to tenants to ensure that you do not harbor enemies of the state within your building.
We are not harboring any enemy of the state. We are not harboring any enemy of the state. The Nigerian Labour Congress is the trade union labor center #1. Nobody is an enemy of the state. Rather, the police are the ones acting as enemies of the state. People who can't stick to one story are the ones acting as enemies of the state. People who trivialize treason, trivialize terrorism, international crimes are the enemies of the state. So don't talk about harboring. You don't draw conclusions of what you don't know. So nobody is harboring anybody. If you are harboring terrorists in the TVC, we are not.
Mr. Ugboaja, I would advise that you kindly, watch the words you speak on live television.
You watch what you say. You don't tell me.
Mr. Ugboaja, kindly watch. Let's be civil.
Watch what you say.
Watch the words you use on live television. I put a question to you, and you should simply respond to the question because I am the one asking the question. General Secretary of the NLC, Ugboaja, thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 7. Away from